Oh, okay.
If you're not taking this extra step when buying a home, you could end up overpaying. Most home buyers, they get their info from a lender or a real estate agent, but if you're not taking this extra step when buying a home, you could end up overpaying. Most home buyers, they
Hey
get their info from a
y'all.
lender or a real estate agent, but
Why can't I see the comments? If y'all can hear me, please comment in the chat for me so I can know. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna connect my. Yes, y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. Okay, so we are going to get started shortly. I just wanted to give people time to come on really quick. I'm live. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give it a few moments. Hey, can you put him in my room? Because I can hear his panting on the video. Or you know what? Just put him in the cage. Okay, so we're going to get started with the live disputing class shortly. I'm going to start at 7:40 to allow people to come on. For everybody that's watching me now on Instagram, I'm doing the live disputing class. It is on YouTube. You can click the link in my bio and join. We're going to start at 7:40, so go over to YouTube now. I will be pulling up credit reports and going over them shortly. Thank you for everybody that's on YouTube. Let me know where you guys are watching from in the comments. Hello. Okay, I don't have time for all that. Why I can't see the chat though? That's the only thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, yes, y'all can hear me. Okay, Florida, Texas, St. Louis. I've never been to St. Louis. Nashville. Give me just a moment, you guys. I need to move my dog. He's panting it too. Okay, that's better. Georgia. Alrighty. So for everybody that is on right now, I wanted to see, did you guys pull your 3 bureau credit reports? Anybody who pulled their 3 bureau credit reports, let me know yes in the chat, yes or no. So basically, this is a live class where I will be going over how to dispute and fix things and remove things that are on your credit report. So, okay. So if anyone would like for me to review their credit report tonight, pretty much what you can do is send me a doing now. Okay, so I just dropped the link in the chat for you guys to pull your 3 bureau credit report. If you use this link, you will get a 7-day free trial for $1. Now, I would suggest that you keep this account open during the process because each month, as you're getting updates from the credit bureaus, because by law they have to respond to your disputes every 30 days, you're going to need to pull your most recent credit report, your 3 bureau report, so that you can continue to point out the inaccuracies that are on your credit report. So it is important that at least for today, you sign up and get your 3 bureau report if you would like me to go over it. But overall, you're going to need this anyway to check your credit report so that you can do your disputes. Okay, great, great, great. YouTube.
Activity completed. Workout summary. Time 1 hour 10 minutes 5 seconds. Distance 2.61 miles.
I'm trying to see, how do I do the private jet? Okay. What time is it? It's 7:36. We're gonna get things rolling. So, as you guys know, I'm Rose with Rose Credit Repair. So I'm hosting this live free disputing class to pretty much show you guys how to use my e-products to remove negative accounts off of your credit report. It is imperative that you get one of my ebooks, minimally at least the DIY kit. They're all $5 right now. So if you haven't gotten anything already, I'm just going to drop the link to the DIY kit in the chat because I'm going to go over how to dispute stuff on your credit report, but I'm also going to go over it based on the letters that I already give you guys in the DIY kit. So if you don't actually have it, you're going to need it so that you can create your letters, send it off to the credit bureau, shoot your best shot, and start removing things off of your credit report. Just to give y'all a background, by law, the credit bureaus have to respond to your disputes every 30 days, which means credit repair is not an overnight success. It's not an overnight process. It does take time. Regardless of if you pay a company or you actually do this yourself, it is roughly going to take you minimally 3 months, more on the max side of 6 months to fully repair and remove things off of your credit report. So you need to be patient with the process. I know that when people start credit repair, they immediately are ready for everything to be fixed and done and removed overnight, but it doesn't work like that. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So be patient with the process. By law, any account that's on your credit report that is in collections, it will fall off 7 years from the date closed. So 3 to 6 months of repair compared to 7 years is a steal. Either way you try to flip it. So to get started with everything, the first step, number one step of removing negative accounts that are on your credit report is disputing your personal information. Now, just to explain to you guys how that works. Your personal information is the first step because the way that they verify an account is yours is to confirm that your name, address, jobs, phone numbers that the credit bureaus have on file for you, if it's the same as the company has on file, that's how they come back and verify an account. So by removing old personal information that is no longer your current information, where you receive mail, your current phone number, all that kind of great stuff, you are heightening your chances of removing negative accounts. I have seen people get score boosts just from removing personal information. I've also seen accounts fall off just from removing personal information. So I do actually do a class every week. I have a class that I do every week on Tuesdays at 7:30 Central PM. So if you would like to join the weekly class, obviously tonight I may not be able to get to everyone's credit report, but in the weekly class, I will for sure go over everything and we'll have more of a one-on-one approach of things. So if you are interested in joining, hold on, let me find a link real quick. If you want more one-on-one assistance with me to help fix your credit, then you can join the DIY class. It's $21.99 a month, and that is pretty much so that you have one-on-one access to me. Once you join that class, you'll also be added in the group chat so that we can speak on a regular basis, and I'll go over your credit report directly with you. So anyone who is ready to join the class, whether it's now or once we're done, you'll get me on a weekly, everyday basis if you join. No problem, Latoya. Definitely interested. Okay, so as I was saying, step one, somebody type this in the chat. Step one is disputing your personal information. Somebody type it in the chat for me. Step one is disputing your personal information. Step one is disputing your personal information. Regardless, if you need to remove anything, just to let you guys know, everything that I'm going to pretty much go over with you guys is a rule of thumb. There's mostly not exceptions to this. Disputing your personal information is step one. Like I explained, if you have negative accounts, that personal information can be associated with it, whatever the case may be. So that's why that's your first step and the important thing to do. Regardless of if you don't, it's still important to not have old information there. If it doesn't apply to you, just wait till the next section. Okay, so we already have determined that step one is disputing your personal information. So pretty much what you're going to do is you are going to pull up your credit report. So for the 3 bureau credit reports, it actually shows you the different addresses that is listed on there. Now, when it comes to personal information, you can remove old addresses, you can dispute any names, you can dispute phone numbers, old jobs, anything that is listed on your credit report that is not your current information. So pretty much whatever you see on there, you can call into the credit bureaus and dispute it over the phone. If you dispute it over the phone, the personal information will be removed within 24 hours. And if you dispute it online, it will also be removed within 24 hours. So I'm going to show y'all a quick example of how you can dispute your personal information online on Experian. Again, I would suggest that you either do this online or call in and dispute it because it's removed within 24 hours instead of you having to wait a full 30 days just to remove personal information. So give me a second while I pull Experian up so I can show y'all what I mean. I think I just answered your question. I said a few times that it's removed within 24 hours if you do it online or over the phone. So I'm going to start sharing my screen with y'all really quick. I can't show y'all everything because I'm logging into my own Experian and I don't need y'all in my business, but I'm going to give you a pretty good synopsis on how you can go online and dispute your personal information. No. Oh, wow. This is ghetto. Not my Experian tripping. Oh, yeah. It's always something ghetto happening when I decide to do a live class. I don't have time for this. Hold on, y'all. I forgot that I got a new debit card. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'll cancel that later because I didn't want it anyway. No. Listen, y'all be surprised what people do. It'd be crazy. Okay, so now I'm in my Experian. I had to update my debit card. Sorry, y'all. Alrighty, so remember, first step, we're going to dispute our personal information. I'm going to start sharing my screen with y'all. I'm only going to go over Experian tonight because it's the same process on all 3. We're here for a good time. not a long time. I only really have about an hour to share with you guys. So I just want to go over the basis of what you need to do. Any additional help that you might need, that's why you need to join my DIY class. We live every Tuesday, 7:30 Central PM. So now we are on Experian. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and go to the Help Center. I think I might need to close on these tabs. Alrighty, now we're at the Help Center. We're going to click on File a Dispute. Again, this is only for personal information. I don't advise you dispute accounts online. If you want to do that, that's on you, but that's not what I advise. Then you're going to click on Start a New Dispute. And then you're going to click on the tab that says Personal Information. And the first thing that's going to show up is addresses. Now, when you get to this section, the first address you see that is not your current mailing address, you're going to click on that address and put never lived there. If you put anything else, don't worry about putting anything else. Click on the address that is not your current mailing address. You click never lived there. Now, it will either allow you to click next, or it may say that the address is associated with an account. If it is, that's okay. Go on to the next address that is not your current mailing address. The main thing you want to focus on is removing any of the personal information that you can. If it's associated with something, it's not a big deal. We just want to focus on what we can remove. The next section you may see is phone numbers. You'll also see different variations of your name. Any name that is incorrect, that's not your correct spelling. You changed your last name, you got married, you changed your name, anything that is not your current information, pretty much just select that is inaccurate so that you can dispute it online. And as I said, it will be removed within 24 hours. So that is our step one on how you dispute the personal information online. Thank you. Oh yeah, definitely, y'all. Give me some thumbs up. Also, I'm a really bad promoter of my YouTube channel, but hold on. Jesus. Okay. Please, if you like the information I just gave y'all, remember, also, please, I'm going in order. I will get to you guys' this question about disputing, but it's important for you to not try to skip things because you want to rush the process. So step one was disputing our personal information online. I just showed you guys how to do that on Experian. It's the same process on Equifax and TransUnion. It's just a different website. So if any of that information was essential and important and helped you guys out, please put a thumbs up on this video, please. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do give a lot of great information here. So please make sure y'all do that. Thank you so much. Please give me some thumbs up. I think you have to put the thumbs up on the video. So you have to like the video. I'm sorry, y'all. Like the video on YouTube where you're watching at right now. So the little thumbs up like button, heart or whatever, yeah. The thumbs up button that's under my name where it says Rose Credit Repair, click that little thumbs up button on YouTube and subscribe. If it says this reason cannot be processed online, you didn't click never live there. You must have clicked something else. If you tried to click identity theft, Ashley, that's why it says you can't do that online. Remember, you have to select never live there. Yeah, so please click the thumbs up on YouTube. Okay, you just did. All righty. That was our step one, disputing our personal information online. Please save your kisses and click the thumbs up on YouTube. That's the best thing you can do to support me. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Which is better, Dispute Panda or Credit Repair Cloud? I don't know. I've never used Dispute Panda, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I use Credit Repair Cloud, but I don't want to talk about that because other people will get confused. That is something that's only for people with companies. It's not cheap. It's $197 a month. So if you can afford that, great. Anywho, now step 2, we are now going into disputing. We are going to create our dispute letter. So I just want to show you guys pretty much how the class is as well. Where is it? Okay, so boom. When you join the DIY class, everything that I just went over with you guys is actually already here. So every Tuesday we do a live class, remember. All the class replays are at the very beginning, so you can watch any previous class I've done. If you have to leave early, if you can't attend, whatever the case may be. And then this class itself, I have it made to where it's self-paced. Class that we have done thus far. I have it laid out so that it's self-paced for you, and then we go live every Tuesday. That way everything you need is in the class, but I also do a live class just to walk you through the process. So right now we're going over month 1, the personal information. I actually give you a tutorial video on what I just showed y'all how to do. So now we're going to go down to step 3 because we're going to create our dispute letters to send out to the credit bureaus. I give you guys the addresses, some notes on how to send your letters, and then I give you the round 1 letter, and I give you all the dispute reasons that you can use, what the reasons are for, what type of account. So that is why it is imperative that y'all join the DIY class. All my ebooks are already there. I also give you the 24-hour inquiry removal ebook, which I will go over how to remove inquiries after I go over dispute negative accounts on your credit report. Because again, I'm going in order because we are here for a good time, not a long time. So, yeah, that's why y'all should join the class. I can only go over so much tonight. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but join the class. I put the link. It's in the chat somewhere. Alrighty, now we're on to step 2. The class for tonight will be recorded. It's going to go on YouTube directly, so you don't have to wait for anything. I hate having to send out links because people don't get them. Their email was wrong. It didn't go. It went to their spam. So as soon as we get off of here, it'll automatically upload on YouTube for you to have access to. Step 2 is disputing the negative accounts on your credit report. So now we are actually going to go over the negative accounts that are on the credit report. So I know some of you guys, by now, y'all should have signed up and got your 3 bureau credit reports. Anybody who would like for me to review your credit report tonight, first and foremost, I will not show any of your personal information, just like I didn't show any of mine. I'm just going to go straight to the negative account so that I can go over with you how to dispute to remove them. So if anybody would like for me to go over your credit report tonight, DM me on Instagram your login, because on YouTube, I don't want y'all to put y'all login information in the chat. So just send me a DM on Instagram. You can be on YouTube and Instagram at the same time. You just pretty much swipe up to make your YouTube a little box, I think. Or is that just mine? Yes, so I'm live on YouTube right now, and I'm going to start going over credit reports to show you how to dispute anything off your credit report. If you want to join, come to my YouTube channel right now because we're live. I don't think you can send me like a DM. Let's see. Okay, first person. You have to sign up on my free score now. I cannot look at your Experian. Please don't send me your Experian login. I need a 3 bureau credit report, which means we're going to see Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion on all 3 credit bureaus. I would prefer that you sign up for my free score now because you get a 7-day free trial for $1 so that we can have your full 3 bureau credit report. But it must be that 3 bureau credit report. Experience 3 bureau credit report does not show you everything. I just dropped the link in the chat right now so that y'all can get the 7-day free trial for $1. I've already said this will be saved. We're on YouTube Live. As soon as we get off of YouTube, it will automatically be saved on here. So I just got somebody who sent me their login real quick. Cool. All right. I'm logging in to Miss Rhodes. I'm logging into yours now. Password issue. Please make sure girl, I don't have time for all that. Okay. Miss Rose, please fix your password because I couldn't log in. Okay, Talitha, I was able to log into yours, so okay. Damn. Can we be in at the same time? I don't know what that means. That doesn't make sense. No, I cannot use FICO score. I can only use my free score now. If you have Identity IQ, I can use your login for that. Those are the only two. There are no other exceptions. Again, for the personal information, I said, click that you never lived there. If it says that the account is associated with something, go on to the next one, please. I did a dispute last month. Please hold your disputing questions until after I go over the first credit report. I'm going to actually answer a lot of y'all's questions just by going over the things that are on the actual credit report itself. So remember, by law, the credit bureaus have to respond to your disputes every 30 days. So this is the 3 bureau credit report on My Free Score Now. You can click this little refresh button to see where your scores are at any time. The first thing everybody should be looking at is going to Score Boost, because we want to see, do you have any credit cards? And if so, what they may need to be paid down to. I don't see that there are any credit cards here. So now I'm going to go to the menu and I'm going to go down to 3 bureau credit reports. This is the time that you guys need to be taking notes, whether it's on your phone, pen and paper, and listening to understand. It is imperative that you listen to what I'm going over because this is new information. And also, I would just like to say that I'm going to get a lot of questions. So I want you guys to focus on questions on things on things you have questions about. Please do not say just for confirmation, should I do this? If I said this is what you should do, then follow that. Don't overthink the process. And if you do, just don't ask that question because it just prolongs things. And I want to be able to go over things as much as I can to help everybody. Because remember, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Alrighty, so we're going to get straight into it. Going through the credit report, I'm just going to see if there's anything that's in collections. So, can you guys see my screen? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen. Please put a 1 in the chat if you guys can see my screen. We're going to get started with going over the first negative account now. So everybody put a 1 in the chat if you can see my screen. All righty. Yes, 2 people can be logged into the account at the same time. All right, great. So this is an account that is negative and in collections. How do I know that? The first thing you're going to do, and this is why you need a 3 bureau credit report, because we see TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax side by side so we can find the inaccuracies on the account itself. So first thing we're going to look at is the payment status. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see where I have highlighted the payment status in the left-hand corner. At the bottom. Put a 1. All right, y'all see that. The payment status says collection charge off. So your step 2 is to dispute any account that has a collection charge off status. Somebody type that in the chat for me. Type it in the chat. Step 2, dispute accounts with collection charge off status. Now remember, this is important. Listen very carefully. There is no exception to that rule. If it does not have a collection charge off status, or sometimes you may see repossession, if it doesn't have that status, leave it alone. Everything that is closed on your credit is not negative. Sometimes you close accounts out because you paid them in full, and that shows positive payment history, and you want to keep that on there. So any account that has a collection charge off status, you need to dispute to remove. No exceptions, no exceptions, no exceptions. Only the ones that have a collection charge off status. So we're always going to look at our payment status first. If it says collection charge off, then we know this is a negative account and we need to remove it ASAP. So now that we know that this is a negative account, we're going to start looking for what inaccuracies may be on this account itself. So we're going to look at the highs. We're going to start from the top. The first line is always going to be your account number. So when you're creating your dispute letter, all you need to do is copy and paste the account number. It doesn't matter if it's 10 numbers or 2, whatever is up there, copy and paste and put it on the lever. Again, don't overthink the process. So we're going to start with our highest balance. TransUnion says it was $341. Experian says $0, and then Equifax says $141. This is where we go back to Oh, okay. I'll scroll down. You said the link is covering. Let me take the link off really quick. I'm gonna unpin that link so y'all can see the screen good. It's still up there. Wow, that's ghetto. No, I want it to be full screen. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna take the link off because okay. You should be able to see it now. Okay, yeah, you can see it now. So again, the highest balance, TransUnion says 341, Experian says 0, and then Equifax says 141. Well, that's going to be our first inaccuracy. Remember, by law, the credit bureaus have to report accurate account information, which means Merrick Bank contacted all three credit bureaus and gave them the same information, so they should not have any differentiations. So because of that, the highest balance is incorrect. That's your dispute reason. Those exact words. The highest balance is incorrect. Please remove from my credit report. Now, we're gonna go down to the next line. So looking at the date of last activity, TransUnion says 10/26, Experian says 3/1, and then Equifax says 9/1. And they have different dates and years. It's impossible for the account to last be active on 3 different months. So the date of last activity is also incorrect. Looking at the date reported, 6/2, 6/8, 6/1. The date reported is incorrect because, again, it cannot have variations on down to the date open. Either it was open on November the 7th or November the 1st. It cannot be both. So the date open is incorrect. So these things that I just said are dispute reasons that you would actually use. Now I'm going to give y'all a quick little glimpse of the round one letter. So for anybody that has already purchased my DIY kit, you guys have the round one letter in the kit. It's not as detailed as the one that's in my class, but it's still going to get you the job done. So I gave you guys an example on how to fill out your letter. Listen up. This is important. List all your accounts on one letter with one dispute reason per account like below. So if you have 10 accounts that are in collections, you're going to put all 10 on that one letter and use one dispute reason, no exceptions, period. Now, so for example, like with that account, we could also say the wrong amount is being reported. That's your dispute reason. Then you're going to give the company name, which was Merrick Bank, copy and paste the account number, please remove from the credit report. That is how the round one letter is for you guys. It's spelled out for you so you have everything that you need and there's not a lot of guesswork. I've done most of the work for you, which most people really don't do, especially when it comes to ebooks. So does everything that I went over so far make sense? Now, the dispute reasons that I'm going over right now, I'm giving you multiple ones that you can use. They are all on the round one letter, but you still choose one reason per account. You don't need to put all of them on the letter. Just choose one. Put it on the letter. Bam. So does everything make sense for you guys that I went over so far? If it's making sense, put a 1 in the chat for me. Please put a 1 in the chat. Does anybody need the DIY kit? If you need the DIY kit so you can have the letters and have everything spelled out for you, please put a 2 in the chat for me and I'll put the link in the chat. I bought your eviction ebook. Do you use the same process for evictions or rent collections? Now, for evictions, you would pretty much use the same process as far as your credit report by disputing the account to remove it. But if you have an eviction, you also need to dispute on your rental history. So if you purchase the eviction removal kit, which I also, again, all my ebooks are already in the DIY class. That's why y'all need to join, because everything's already there. So the eviction removal kit, the difference with it is if an eviction goes on your rental history. So whenever you're applying to apartments, they check your credit, but they also check your rental history. So if you have, and just to be clear, if you have an eviction, rent debt, or a broken lease, you can use this ebook for all three of those, because essentially they're all just rent debts. So if you have either of those three things, you're going to go to the section where it says remove evictions from your rental history, and then you are going to pull your rental history report for the top three: CoreLogix, TransUnion, and Experian. Once you pull your rental history report on these three, you are then going to send your dispute letters, so you can start disputing it off of your rental history. So I give you guys the round one, the round two, and I give you 3 rounds of letters for the eviction removal process. If you guys want to purchase the DIY kit or the eviction removal kit, I'm going to put the link to my link tree in the comments for you guys right now, so that you can get any of those things. Because this way I coach you through the process with the letters themselves, and then you also you have everything you need. So if you do have an eviction, it is a bit eviction, rent debt, or broken lease, it is a little bit of a different process. So I just dropped the link to the link tree if you need to get the DIY kit so you can start your disputes, or if you need to get the eviction removal kit. That's in the chat for my people who put a 2 in the chat. I just dropped the link in there. Don't start with all these. Listen, I'm going to say this again. You put all your accounts on one letter, one dispute reason per account. Everything that you need is in the DIY kit. All my ebooks are $5 right now. So if I'm taking the time to go over everything live with you guys, and I'm giving you everything you need in the DIY kit, all you need to do is apply it. Please don't ask me questions about things that I clearly said. Would an eviction stay on your rental history for over 15 years? Normally it wouldn't. Most stuff has that 7-year statute of limitation. Debt collection attempt to garnish my wages for a judgment. If you have a debt collection attempt for garnishment of wages, that means that they tried to take you to court and you did not attend court, so they went straight to wage garnishment. So you pretty much need to contact them to see what you can do to set up a payment plan, because going to court is what actually allows you to dispute what they're saying and ask them to show you proof that the debt is yours by giving the signed contract that you allegedly signed. All the time the companies don't have it, so that's usually how you can avoid it. But if you're in garnishment, that means you missed your court date. What reason will prevent the eviction from being removed? I don't all the way understand that question, Steffi. So if you could kind of reword it. No problem. It doesn't matter when the eviction was, whether it was new or old. If it's still, that's why, remember, I told you guys your first step is going to be pulling your rental history report on these three, because you need to see what's on there. Whether it's new or old, you need to see what's on there so that you can then send your dispute letters after the fact. So if you haven't already, I dropped the link for you guys to get the eviction removal kit. It's still $5 until tomorrow. So get that so you can first pull your rental history report and then start with your disputes. Can I please say the questions disclaimer so we can stay on task? All right. So just to give the questions disclaimer again, I know some people may have recently came in. I am super excited to go over everything with y'all. But again, I've said it, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I want to focus on disputing and going over everything that you guys have questions about. But I also want you to be aware of, if I tell you put all of your accounts on the letter, one reason per account, and send out your dispute, that is what I mean. You don't have to ask me just for clarity, because that slows down the process of me being able to get to everybody that have actual questions. So please understand and pay attention that what I said, I meant. Take your notes, apply it, and do it. If you're an overthinker, spend your time overthinking. Don't add that into the class. We want to have good energy. Thank you. You don't need, so the DIY kit covers all negative accounts. This account right here is actually credit card debt. So this was the first account that I seen on the credit report. This is another one that's basically a credit card debt, credit card as well. So same process with all these. You're really just looking for any inaccuracies that you see. So here, the highest balance was incorrect. Again, going back, the date of last activity was incorrect on this account because it's not matching on all three. Here, so I don't want to be too redundant on the same accounts because you're doing the same thing. I want to make sure the student loans are fine. Self-lender, please. I see that you were recently late. Everybody needs to understand, every late payment you get can drop you 20, 40, 60 points. So please contact the company about getting on a payment plan. Do whatever you can to contact them about removing, not getting a late payment if you can. Sometimes they have hardship programs. Oh, hello. Hey, I'm doing a little work right now. What's up? Huh? Oh, okay. Where are you at? Oh, okay. You gonna be there a while or? Okay. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back in a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Sorry. Um, Now this account, for the people who ask me about repossessions, this is actually a auto account that has gone into collections. Maybe it's a repo. Maybe it was an issue with financing, as far as even if your car was paid out by Gap, but they paid it late, if it goes into collections, you still have to handle it as a repossession, because whatever. If it's an auto loan, and remember, we looking at our payment status. Is it, if it has that collection charge off status, then we know it's a negative account that needs to be removed. So for my people, for anybody that has a repossession, if you have a repo or an auto loan that's gone into collections on your credit report, please put a 1 in the chat for me, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm finna go over what you do to remove a repo. Alrighty, so for everybody that's on right now, please go out on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the like button right under Rose Credit Repair for me, please, so that, help a sister out, grow her channel. Now, If you have a repossession on your credit report, this is the first thing I want y'all to know, whether it was repo, whatever. Majority of cars that are repossessed, they are sold at auction. So, for example, with this car, when the car was repossessed, she probably owed $19,000 on it. But they sold the car at auction, and now she only owes that remaining balance of either 55 or $6,000. We don't even know which one it is because it's multiple ones being reported. So with that being said, if you have a repo on your credit, you don't need to know what the car was sold for. All you need to know is if they're still reporting that original balance on your credit report, that's wrong because the car was sold. Don't matter how much it was sold for. So you can dispute this account and say, the highest balance is incorrect. This car was sold at auction. That's going to be your repo reason to start out with. The highest balance is incorrect. This car was sold at auction because you don't owe that $19,000 anymore. It's probably only this $5,700 or $6,700. We don't even know which one it is from that. So if you have a repossession, you can start out with saying the highest balance is incorrect. This car was sold at auction. Another thing I want everybody to know and understand is a repo is a charge-off. Charge-off accounts are accounts that you were financed on, which means the bank lent you money to buy a car. A credit card is a charge-off account because you were lent a credit limit and expected to pay it back. Personal loan was a charge-off account because you were lent money personally. So any account that you were financed on is a charge-off. So you did a signed contract. So they are going to be more tedious to dispute them and remove than a collection account. A collection is like light bills, medical bills, car insurance, little stuff that goes on your credit. That stuff is super easy to take off compared to a repo because you signed a contract to be financed on something. So you're going to start out with saying the highest balance is incorrect. This car was sold at auction. But you can also still dispute your inaccuracies, like the date of last activity. The date open is incorrect. Even them reporting a past due, you cannot report a past due on this account because it is closed and going into collections. All of these dispute reasons that I'm pretty much saying are on in the DIY kit on the letter. But again, everything I'm saying right now isn't on there because I've updated a lot of stuff based on when I started my DIY class a year ago. So that's why y'all should join the DIY class because you'll have one-on-one help from me. And in the class itself, I have a whole section with nothing but dispute reasons. So let me see. I'm going to go to month 1. Dispute reasons to use with your dispute letter. So I have a bunch of different dispute reasons based on if you have a repo, if you have medical bills, whatever type of account you have. So you'll never not know what to use when you're in the class because I give you a multitude of things that's going to help you remove this stuff off your credit. So if you have a repo, start with the highest balance reason I gave, and then you can go into the inaccuracies as well. I've seen repossessions be removed within the first 30 days, and I've also seen it take a course of a few months. So know and understand that just because you dispute an account and they come back with it being updated or verified, that does not mean anything. That is a scare tactic to make you stop disputing. By law, it doesn't matter if the account is yours. If the account information is reported inaccurately, regardless of if you did it or not, it can be removed so you can dispute the account to take it off. The easiest way for them to stop you from disputing is saying an account is updated or verified. If you get that response, send out your next letter, point out your next inaccuracy, and keep the ball rolling. Like I tell everybody in my DIY class, you're one round away from your breakthrough. Don't let an account coming back updated or verified in round 2 stop you from going on to round 3 because it could have been removed in round 3, but you gave up. Title loans ain't got nothing to do with your credit. I'm sorry, that's something else. Title loans usually don't go on your credit. Really, you need to just purchase the class. The ebook is just a starter, but if y'all want real one-on-one help, you should join the class. Oh, if I dispute eviction, will it be removed guaranteed? If you continue to dispute the eviction, you can get it off of your credit report. It is just a disputing process. If you continue to dispute your repo, your credit card debt, your eviction, your medical bills, whatever is on your credit report, you have a right to dispute as many times as you want to. It's just about being consistent and sending in your disputes. Remember, credit repair can be a 3 to 6 month process. So if you are consistent with this process, you can remove the things you want off. You just cannot give up. That's all. You're welcome, lady. I have an account come back after 7 months of disputing. In some rare cases, I have seen accounts come back. At the most, it may just be one, but all you're going to do is just continue your disputing process. That's not something that happens often for people. If your car was taken because you used it as collateral, that wasn't a repossession, because the only way you can get a title loan is if you own the car outright. So it's not on your actual credit report, it's directly with that title loan company, because if you owe them money, they take the car as collateral so that they get their money out of it. So that has nothing to do with your credit report, because you didn't finance the car, you owned it outright. If an account number isn't the same on one account, can I use that as a reason for all? Sometimes the account number may be shortened on one credit bureau compared to the other, so not necessarily. Just look for other inaccuracies on what things you don't see match up. You're welcome, Steffi. When you say send in, do you mean by mail? So you need to send your disputes by mail. If you have the DIY kits, I tell you, send it certified mail. I give you guys the address. You're going to send your dispute letters via mail to each credit bureau individually. You're welcome, Talitha. If y'all appreciate everything that I'm going over for y'all right now, please go on YouTube right now. It's 100 people on here and I only have 64 likes. Where you're on YouTube, where it says Rose Credit Repair, right under that, it's a little like button. Please like the video. I need those 64 likes to go up to 100 because it's already 100 people on here. So go like the video. Go like the video right now. Everybody go like the video so I can continue going over information. So I'm really just going through the credit report and seeing different type of accounts I can really go over for y'all. If you have a medical bill, any medical bill on your credit report, you need to use the reason. This account reporting is a HIPAA violation. That's it. That's all. I promise you it works. Get the medical bill removal kit. If you just have medical bills, that's $5. And I'll put the link for that in the chat. Where can I find the ebooks? I'm about to put the link in the chat right now for y'all. Hold on. If you need to get any of my ebooks, let me put the link in the chat right now. Just a moment. Anybody who needs to get any of my ebooks, please select the link in the chat right now. And you can purchase any of them. How do I go about getting a debt consolidation loan from Navy Federal? The only way you can get a debt consolidation loan is if you still have a good credit score of at least like a 620 or higher. No charge-offs. If you want to dispute a personal loan, the same steps that I have been going over for you guys right now is all you need to do. That's it. Same process. Looking at the account and seeing where you see inaccuracies. So this is something that would be considered a personal loan. We're going to start looking at the date of last activity is incorrect. It couldn't have been last active in May and August. It only could be one. So the date of last activity is incorrect. Also, the date reported is incorrect on this account. The account status is incorrect. Equifax is still reporting it as open, and it's not. So the account status is incorrect on this account. So that's how you dispute a personal loan. Yes, this video is recorded. It's going to be up on YouTube, so you could just go back here. You don't have to wait for any links. So remember, by law, the credit bureaus have to respond to your disputes every 30 days. So you're going to get your dispute letters ready, put all your accounts on one letter. From there, you're going to mail your disputes to each credit bureau individually certified mail. It's going to take them 30 days from the date that they receive it to respond to your disputes. Once that happens, the account will either be deleted, updated, or verified. If it's deleted, woohoo. If it's updated or verified, you go on and send your next dispute letter. So it's 30 days between each dispute. If it was a car accident, it was totaled and paid. Any account that has a collection charge off status, you need to dispute to remove. So you need to look on your credit report and see if your auto loan has that status. No, different things are not reported to the credit bureaus from the same company. So for example, student loans reported. Let me find something that's all three. Extern Financial reports the same information to all three credit bureaus as it relates to your account. There's no reason that they should give all three of them three different balances that are one balance. There's no reason you should have three different date opens because you can only open an account on one day. So no, they don't all get different information. They get the same stuff. It's just that they decide to update it at different times, making the account information inaccurate, which is why by law you're allowed to remove, because they should all have the exact same thing because they only receive this from one company. I paid off a credit card, but only paid $600 of the $1,200 with the collection agency. The creditor still has the debt on my credit report. How do I get it removed? By using the steps that I just went over, pointing out the inaccuracies on the credit report to get it removed. That's how you remove it. When it comes to late payments, you're going to need the late payment removal kit because first of all, if you have 1 to 3 late payments, you can work to get them updated. I want to first give y'all a disclaimer. Late payments is the only thing I've never guaranteed anybody can be removed because 9 times out of 10, you are actually late. But if you have 1 to 3 late payments, you need to email the CEO of the company and you're going to give them a good story about what happened to you. You lost your job, you were sick, you had debit card auto pay issues, whatever the case may be. You need to lay it on heavy with the story. Don't take it light. So, late payment removal kit. So you're going to email the CEO of the company. Yes, the CEOs of companies read their email. They're going to forward it over to the right department, and they may call or email you and let you know they're going to do an investigation, and you should hear a response within 7 to 10 business days. So, with that being said, once you do that, and this is why you need to get the late payment removal kit, because I give you guys the template email that you're going to send directly to the CEO of the credit bureaus. And I also give you all of the email addresses for a bunch of different companies so that all you have to do is copy and paste, fill in your information, and then see what their response is if you have a late payment. So for the lady who was asking what you do with late payments, if you have 1 to 3 late payments, you're going to email the CEO of the company, tell them your story on what happened to try to get them updated. Why my screen pink? What's going on? Okay. So paid off the credit card. I answered that. I told y'all don't dispute online. Send in your dispute letter. If you previously disputed online, that's okay. What you want to do now is once you get a response, if it comes back updated, verified, or whatever, now you're going to actually start sending in your dispute letters via mail. Make sure you send it certified mail. Everything is the same. You don't have to repurchase something. So some accounts don't report on all three credit bureaus. To answer your question, sometimes you may have an account that only reports on TransUnion or only reports on Equifax and Experian. If that does happen, um, basically, if you don't know what reason to use, because you don't, it's only reporting on one credit bureau, you don't see any inaccuracies, or what else could be a problem? You just don't see any inaccuracies in general. The number one thing that I tell y'all to use is the I don't know reason. Asking them to reinvestigate and verify all data for this account that is reported accurately, including every notated date, balance, whether reported or not. That is on the DIY kit. That reason is listed on the DIY kit. So if all else fails, you don't see any inaccuracies and you not sure how to remove it because it's only on one credit bureau, that's the reason that I would suggest that you use. If they're reporting 180 days late multiple times in a row, that doesn't matter. If that's reporting on there, that account is in charge off status. So remember, any account that has a collection charge off status, you need to be focusing on removing the entire account itself. Going back to the credit report, the first thing that you need to do is you're going to look at your payment status, and then you're going to look at if it says collection charge off. If it does, you need to remove that entire account. You don't need to worry about the late payments because the account itself as a whole is negative and needs to come off. I answered. So when you're sending your dispute, 3 things can happen. Everybody, listen up. You send in your dispute. An account can either be deleted, woohoo, great, updated, or verified. If it's updated or verified, you're going to send in your next round of disputes, choosing your inaccuracy, and send out your letter. Remember, they come back and say accounts are updated or verified because they just want to psych you out of continuing to dispute. And always remember, you're 1 round away from your next breakthrough. Send in your next round. This is a repetitive process. Credit repair takes 3 to 6 months. As long as you're consistent with the process, you'll get the results that you want. Period. Does the charge off dispute ebook cover the second and third round in case we need to send more? If not, so in the DIY kit, I give you 3 different letters. I give you the round 1 letter, the inquiry removal letter, and then another one. You can send the same letter multiple times. Honestly, y'all, it's not about the letter and the wording. You can use the same 1 letter. The main thing is the inaccuracies that you're putting on there. That's the main thing you need to focus on. So just rewrite your letter. If you read the letter, I tell you to paraphrase it to your own words in your life anyway. Choose your reasons and send it off. That's pretty much all you need to do. I went over removing personal information, so you'll probably have to watch the replay. To that account is old. How do I get it removed? So, as I was saying, Talitha, looking at the inaccuracies, the date of last activity is incorrect on this account. The date reported is also incorrect on this account. So those are the dispute reasons you can use. The account status is incorrect. Please remove from my credit report. Those are the dispute reasons you can use. I know some of you guys need some additional help, and I honestly think it's best that you join my DIY class. We're live every Tuesday at 7:30 Central PM. That way I can do a one-on-one with you and go over every account with you specifically, give you the reasons to use, and show you exactly how to fill out your letter step by step. I'll tell you what credit builders you need to add, all that kind of great stuff. Again, I can only do so much on a Zoom, but if you want some one-on-one help because you're lost or you want me to help you one-on-one, this isn't enough, join my DIY class. It's $21.99 a month. The cheapest credit repair you'll ever get because I'm going to be showing you how to do everything, basically. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat right now if you want to join the DIY class. That way I can help you one on one. Stop worrying about the addresses. Y'all are thinking too deeply into it. Remember, when I went over disputing your personal information online, I said dispute to remove whatever addresses you can. If you cannot, that is okay. That's your step one. But if you can't remove an address because it's associated with an account or it hasn't changed, that's okay. We're going to go on to our dispute letter like we're going over now, looking at our account, looking at the payment status. If it says collection charge off, we're going to find our inaccuracies like the date of last payment and the date reported and the date open being incorrect. We're going to put that on a dispute letter and we're going to mail it out to the credit bureaus and wait for our response within 30 days. Again, don't overthink the process and stop dwelling on the little things. Dispute what you can on the personal information, make your letter, send it out, see what comes back, and keep sending your disputes in. That's all you need to do. What if I dispute an inquiry that's linked to an account? I'm glad you asked me that. So I went over that. I told y'all about medical bills. I went over evictions. I went over repos. I went over credit card debt. Okay, you know what? She got a bankruptcy too. For my people who have bankruptcies, whoo, this was a good report. I could do everything in one. So, public information for my people who have bankruptcies. You see, the bankruptcy is reported as on your credit report. Instead of you putting a company name, you're going to just put Chapter 7 bankruptcy because that's the title of it. Now, here, you're still going to dispute inaccuracies that you see. So for Equifax, the date filed is incorrect. Equifax has the wrong date filed. The reference number, as you can see, is 3 different variations. So you can dispute this account and say that the reference number is incorrect as well. Also, the court. This one says U.S. Bankruptcy Court. This one says U.S. Court, Nashville, Tennessee. And then this one just says federal. You can say the court listed on this account is incorrect. So for bankruptcy, this is your account holder. The file date, the date filed is incorrect. The reference number is incorrect. And the court listed is incorrect. So if you have a bankruptcy, that's how you dispute it to remove it off of your credit report. Now we are in the inquiry section. You can only remove an inquiry for 2 reasons. Either it's 2 years old. So for example, these 2 inquiries from August, they're about to be 2 years old. So you could call in and say, these inquiries are 2 years old. They need to be removed immediately. The second reason is any inquiry that's on your credit report that's not associated with an account you open. So for example, you apply for a bunch of credit cards and didn't get approved. Or you went to a dealership and they ran your credit 10 times. Any of those you didn't get approved with, you can dispute them to remove them off of your credit report. Do not dispute inquiries that are associated with your account unless they are 2 years old. If you dispute them and you just got that account, they will close it because it's considered fraud. Because why would you dispute the inquiry if that is your account? So now, as far as inquiries, I do have my inquiry removal ebook as well. That is $5, and the link to that is on Linktree in the chat. It's already in the class. So I've literally showed y'all like 4 different ebooks, and they all are already in the class. So you don't even need to buy anything else. You just join the class. So on the inquiry removal ebook, I give you guys the phone numbers to all 3 credit bureaus because you are going to call the credit bureaus and dispute your inquiries over the phone, and they will be removed within 24 hours. So step 1, you call all 3 credit bureaus. I give you the numbers to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And right under that, I give you the script. You're just going to call in and say, hey, I noticed some unauthorized inquiries based on the Fair Credit Report Act. You're supposed to remove them. Experian and Equifax are the easiest. If for any reason they give you a hard time over the phone with TransUnion, all you need to do is scroll to the bottom and send the inquiry removals letter. That's it. So Call in, remove all your inquiries. If they give you a hard time, send a letter that's included in the ebook. That's pretty much all you need to do. Let me know if y'all have any questions about that. I recently had a student loan close, but the status shows paid, account paid as agreed. What do I do with this account, if anything? As I said before, hon, unless it says collection charge off status, there's nothing you need to do. It's paid as agreed. That's positive payment history. Leave the account there. We only need to remove accounts that have a payment history. We're only look at my screen. I'm gonna show y'all one more time. Any account where you look at the payment status and it says collection charge off, that means you need to dispute to remove it. If it doesn't say that, then leave it alone. I didn't say anything else about evictions. I said that I just went over them. So, Tatiana, can you go in depth? Because I haven't talked about eviction for a while. I said that I went over evictions already. So, is that what you're referring to? Accounts that are included in your bankruptcy, yes, they can still report, because what happens is, even though they're included in the bankruptcy, they all still individually report on your credit report. And just because you put them in bankruptcy, you still have to dispute to remove them all individually off of your credit report. So when you're looking at your bank payment status, you're still going to either see collection charge off, or it may say included in bankruptcy. But if you see included in bankruptcy, you just need to continue to dispute it using the same methods that I basically said. You're welcome, Talitha. Everybody, I need some more likes. Please go like this live right now. What's going on? Like, it's like 80 of us on here. Y'all on YouTube, right on the Rose Credit Repair, please click the like button. Help a sister out. If you appreciate me, Talitha, please go like my video, and everyone else on here. If I currently have Capital One as of 10/22, but have recent inquiries with Capital One that I was denied for, yes, you can dispute the extra inquiries, just not the one from the account when you got it open. Thank you, guys. I opened a Navy Federal account 3 days ago, applied for the credit card, got denied. So then went on Experian and tried to remove the inquiries. Is that okay? Yes. Remember, if any inquiry that you were denied for the account, you can go ahead and dispute it. You don't have to wait a certain amount of time. Just go ahead and do it. If you have a four-wheeler ATV on your credit that you do not have possession of, I don't, is it in collections? Is it still open on your credit? That would be my first question about the four-wheeler. If you have an identity theft block on your credit report, all you do is call the credit bureaus and ask them to remove it. It'll be taken off within 24 hours. What did I say? What did you say to put the bankruptcy after we see the inaccuracies? You're going to put them on your dispute letter. So you can dispute, your dispute reason is going to be the date filed is incorrect. The reference number is incorrect. The court listed is incorrect. That's your dispute reason. You put Chapter 7 bankruptcy, put the reference number, please remove from my credit report. Like and share. This is great information. Thank you. How to remove medical reports. So with the medical bills, I was saying pretty much you just use the reason this account reporting is a HIPAA violation if you have any medical bills. That's all you say. This account reporting is a HIPAA violation. That's going to be your dispute reason. For the four-wheeler, it's in collection. Someone covered me into getting it, saying then they sold without your consent. So remember, any account that's on your credit report, first thing you do is look at the payment status. If it says collection charge off, we're going to start pointing out the inaccuracies on the account. So one more time, let me find one to have a full on all three credit bureaus. Hold on real quick. Okay. Um, I want something that say collection charge off. Give me a minute, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna look at our payment status. It says collection charge off, so we know that it's a negative account we need to dispute. We're gonna start looking at where the information doesn't match up. So the date of last activity is incorrect. The date open is wrong. Either open on 10-1. Oh, that must say 10-1 across all three. My bad. So the date of last activity is incorrect because either it was active last on 3/12 or 3/1. Also, you cannot report a past due amount on a collection account because it's now in collections. If you see the date reported isn't matching up, if you see the date open isn't matching up, if the amounts aren't, you can say the highest balance is incorrect. So anywhere, any one of these lines that's not matching, you just say highest balance incorrect, data last activity incorrect, date open incorrect. So that's all you need to do for the four-wheeler account. You're going to treat it just like any account that has that collection charge-off status. Does freezing your credit profile help with disputes? No, it doesn't. It doesn't really do nothing. Don't even take the time to do it, honestly. I refinanced my car and they still have the original loan that's open. I have papers showing. So when you refinance a car, it can take 30 to 60 days for the old company to receive the payment from the new company. So that might be why you have late payments and it's still showing as open. So you need to call the companies and confirm that payment was received or sent and what date so that you can relay that over so that they can fix that discrepancy. Roses to go, y'all. Thank you, boo. Appreciate you. If credit remarks on your collection say purchased by another lender, is that grounds to say I'm not aware of this account? No, it's not, because all that means is that that account was refinanced. It's been a year. It was an in-house dealership. So what you need to do pretty much is just start disputing it like it's a negative account, so that they can at least update the status to close it out. What about credit card accounts that are closed? How do we remove? The same process. You must have came in late because in the beginning I went over credit cards. So the same process that I just went over, Miss Price, is what you're going to do. Look for the inaccuracies on the account to remove it. Whether it's a credit card debt, auto loan, personal loan, any of those things, you're looking at your credit report. You're looking at the payment status. If it says collection charge off, now we're going to see which lines are not matching up so that we can dispute that account. One reason per account, put it on your dispute letter and send it out. Yes, so I'm pretty much gonna close out with you guys. The DIY, if you are interested in joining my class, so obviously I went over a lot of information with you guys, and I know y'all may want some more one-on-one type of assistance. So if you are interested in joining my class, right now I actually have the class up on the screen. It should be up on the screen shortly. Why is it? So hopefully it's up on the screen shortly. I don't know what's going on with this. If you're interested in joining my DIY class, what happens in the class is you get one-on-one assistance from me. So instead of it being me generally going over one person's credit report, I will go over each one of y'all's report individually with you to tell you exactly what you need to do to fix your credit and take it to the next level. Hold on. Let me stop my screen sharing and turn it back on because it's not showing the screen like I wanted to. Okay, cool. Oh, that's why. Okay. I guess I figured it out now. All right. Ooh, what? Okay, there we go. So this is a DIY class. In my class, I do a live class every Tuesday at 7:30 Central PM. It is more one-on-one. Like I said, I will individually go over your credit report with you. I'll show you literally step by step, line by line, how to create your dispute letter, what reasons I think you should use, and how to build your credit. Each class is recorded, so this bottom little tab is all the classes that I've ever done, and it's spelled out for you, so there's no guesswork. I show you how to remove your personal information online. I give you the round one letter. So the round one letter and all that information is my DIY kit. That's included. I give you the inquiry removals ebook as well. I also give you the ebook on how to boost your credit scores 100 points in 30 days. I also give you the late payments removal process, the eviction kit, the medical bill kit, the repo kit. All of the ebooks are already included in the class, so you don't have to purchase anything else. And then I'm live every Tuesday, so I can help you one on one to go over your report. So if you are interested in joining the class, I'm about to put the link in the chat right now. You can sign up for $21.99. It's the cheapest credit repair you'll ever get. And of course, you get me. Like, I'm a real expert at this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, honey. So, hold on. Now, so, hold on. I'm trying to get the link. I'm really bad with links. I'm really bad with like upselling sometimes. But anywho, now if you would like to get any of my ebooks that I've gone over tonight, it's $21.99. $21.99. $21.99. Oh, $21.99. It is $21.99. If you want to get a credit increase, don't email the CEO. All you need to do is call in and ask for a credit increase over the phone. They'll do it. Now, if you want my one-on-one help in the live class, join the class. It's $21.99. If you want any of the ebooks that I have went over, all my ebooks are on sale right now for $5, or you can get all of them for $30. Um, I put the link. The first link is to the class. The next link is to get the ebooks. If you already have the DIY kit, you don't need the repo kit. If you're late, this class is recorded. As soon as we get off of YouTube, it's automatically going to save here so you can rewatch the recording. Don't worry, it's automatically going to be here. That way, I don't even have to send out any links. The DIY kit is included in the membership of the class as long as everything else. I answered that about inquiries. When you put an info in a template, do you make copies and send all three credit bureaus? Yes, you do need to send your dispute letter to all three credit bureaus. No, it doesn't help to freeze secondary credit bureaus. It doesn't do anything, honestly. No problem. Join right now. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm happy to have helped you. I hope that I have. If I did help y'all, let me know in the comments. Put a one, yes, you've helped me, whatever. I want to make sure that, I've been essential to you guys. I appreciate y'all for joining with me, being patient with me. We have had some hiccups. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The class is going to save here. And I'm going to see you guys later. Yeah. Everybody should be able to create your dispute letter, dispute your personal information online, calling your inquiries. Like the first steps of everything you need to do, you should be able to do this week. And if you can't, just click the link, join the DIY class. Next week, I'm going to take you through it so that you can get rolling. Thank you guys so much.